Good day everybody, this is Peter from Tales Productions and welcome back to Star Trek Online. This is a free-to-play account playing through the story of a 23rd Century Starfleet officer, and as you can see we're stood in our ceremonial spot to do a quick review of New Romulus. So another storyline finished, yet another. I feel like we've done the main storyline now then. I guess that's what this means. Now we're moving on to what would be classed as the end game. I can't wait, I'm excited, but how did New Romulus go? What did we think? So, obviously you've watched it all through. I was fairly vocal, I think, in a few episodes. But how do I feel about the overall storyline? So the first thing, let's talk about the story. Okay, so I'm always going to enjoy any Iconian mention. Is something that I found out about myself while playing Star Trek Online. I'm easily won over by someone just saying that there's a gateway on this planet or something like that. So, I was not let down by the New Romulus storyline. It included the Iconians. The Tholians are always good to have in a mission as well. They were fun, they're good enemies, they have different things that they do, and they're great to look at as well. The models are good, I like that. The story of colonising a new planet, I could get into that, that's good. Especially because there's history on the planet already from before some sort of cataclysm. That's great. Storyline wise, I like that. I like that a lot. So the overall story I'd say is a good thing for New Romulus. I don't like... So this is the next thing. I don't think I've done this in other storyline reviews, but I don't like how it was implemented a little bit. Now, I think this is a fairly common idea or thought, so I'm not breaking any ground here. But I think the overland, I guess you could call it, adventure zone style worked in Wasteland, but it really doesn't here. And has it been used anywhere else? I can't remember. Wasteland was... Maybe it was only good in Wasteland because it was new. But here it really failed. Even... I think there were a couple that I said were fairly good. So the Chaos Crater, Whale Ruins, yeah, the last two. And Twitch chat said that they weren't as bad. But if the only thing that makes them not as bad is that it's quicker, then that's not a good solution. It still is an engaging gameplay. It's the first time, actually, in the whole storyline where I feel like it's literally just a filler. So in other things, there's been slightly weaker episodes, but every episode has done something with the story, advanced it in some way. Whereas this was literally just, like, click on a few things for 10 minutes. And I'm not a fan of that. Not a massive fan. I feel like that was a bit of a letdown. Luckily, the overall story was good enough for me to still think the New Romulus storyline is good. I'm still going to rate it as a positive thing. Because of things like Warehouse, that was great. Mountain Base was good, a bit quick, but it was good. And then Overgrown Caves and the Power Source, fantastic, really good. So the instances, the storyline within them, real big fan, love those. But even the two good Overland Adventure Zones weren't up to scratch. They didn't advance anything, they were just filler. Didn't like it. Not a good way to do it. So I'm hoping that the rest of the storyline doesn't have things like that in. Even if they just have a little bit of a storyline advancement, just a little bit. That's all that's needed. A little bit of a letdown there. Still a positive overall though, still a big fan. I'm still liking it. Difficulty-wise, because difficulty is something I've had to bring up in a few of these episodes since the Breen invasion, really. Difficulty-wise, there was no space combat. It was all ground combat, so easy again. Space seems to be the only thing that I'm really struggling with. I'm not sure if we've been talking about it in Twitch chat actually tonight, so I'm not sure if it's the way that I'm playing, just that my style on ground is a bit sort of better, and in space that it's just not as good, or if it is just gear. I mean, in space it feels like I just can't do anything sometimes. It's just a few hits and you're down, but the ground combat, I feel like just flows for me. I quite like it. I can set up little turrets and things. It may not be compelling watching actually. I was thinking yesterday it may not be fairly compelling watching because all I do is set up the same stuff in the same area and then just pull into it, and it works. It has worked for a long time, so I'm not sure what it'll be like going into the rest to see if that procedure or that routine continues to work. I hope it does. I'm not good enough to think up new ones, and it'll be interesting to see how the space combat gets as well. Luckily for myself, I am just finishing off the summer event now. So I should have a tier 6 ship soon. Maybe not in time for the Solanae Dyson Sphere, but certainly after that I should have it already. So that'll be good timing for me, and I don't think that's a bad thing to do as part of this storyline. I'm trying to keep this as true to everybody's experience as it can be. So I don't think doing the events is a bad thing in this case, because everybody while playing through this will get access to some sort of event, whether it's the summer event, the winter event, or the anniversary event, where they can get a T6 ship. So I am doing it, and I think it is still okay to do as part of this playthrough and still maintain the integrity of the playthrough as such. Hopefully you all agree. Let me know in the comments below. Also, one thing I wanted to mention again, I think I said in the Wasteland review that I went into it thinking it would be bad, because ground combat I've always thought of is worse than space combat, and I think most people would agree with that. But I've sort of changed my mind throughout the process of this, maybe because of the difficulty level. I'm quite enjoying ground combat, so I never went into New Romulus expecting it to be as bad as I went into Wasteland expecting. Does that make sense? Hope so. And maybe that's why I'm a little bit disappointed in a couple of the episodes just being so filler. Not sure. But hey, overall, the storyline itself, which is the main thing I'm here for, I've said since the beginning, the storyline is the main thing that matters to me in Star Trek Online. Overall, that is still a winner. That is still good. New Romulus sounds like it's setting you up for something in the future. So you've discovered a big power plant on New Romulus that they can now use to power stuff. And there were Iconians that were involved there. The Tholians have been doing some research. It sounds like that you could come back to that in future. I like that. I like that a lot. So overall, storyline-wise, still a massive fan. Let me know if you agree. We'll talk about it in the comments down below. I'm sure. Please do let me know how you feel about it and if I've been just and reasonable in my evaluation. So that was another really quick episode. I'm sorry if the quick episodes aren't good for you. Please let me know that as well. But that is all I've got to say about New Romulus. So I still haven't decided what I'm going to be doing, whether I'll be doing a quick summer event video or I'll be doing the Solomon Dyson Sphere. I think maybe moving on and just throwing the summer event in somewhere. I might get straight onto the Sphere of Influence. We'll see. Okay, but either way, that was the end of New Romulus. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, hope you are enjoying, hope you will enjoy. But by far, the most important thing is to look forward to the next episode of Star Trek Online.